the Welder here. This is us before Las Vegas.
So, what are we heading to Vegas for?
For a welding class.
Where at?
Las Vegas?
At WelderUp Garage.
At WelderUp Garage, yeah.
All right. So, what are your expectations for this class?
I hope to know more on what I'm doing and how to do it better.
Okay. And you've been asking me a lot of questions about like what the class is going to be about. So what do you think the class is going to be?
I think it's going to be a lot of like explanations, like how to explain stuff. I also think it's going to be fun.
Okay. And what do you have planned for Vegas?
To weld and also go to Omega Mart.
To Omega Mart? What's Omega Mart?
It's at Area 15, right?
Okay.
It's at Area 15, and it's a new place that opened in like 2020, I think. And it's this like store that looks like an old regular store with cool things, but little do you know there's some secret hidden doors that you can go in, and it's like this humongous like area that you can like explore, and we'll show you guys. We made it! Yay! First of all, it's like a miniature casino in here, and it's very quiet. Like, very quiet.
Alright, so it's Friday, the first day of the welding class, and we are here at WelderUp Garage. We're about to go in and start this experience. What are your thoughts today, kid?
I don't know.
You don't know? Ready to eat breakfast?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go get our breakfast and we'll start this show.
Okay, now, when we're talking about shielded gas, and we're talking about flow storage, how it all works, right? Well, basically, without being able to see it, weld into it. That's how it's designed. So you put your ground on the table, and when you go to weld, it's not just your welder that's putting the weld down. What it is that ground is what's pulling your weld. I'm trying to confirm it every time. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of laying in a little root pass, and then I'm just, the problem is when you get it hot like that, what you're trying to do is just manipulate all three metals. You got this is a metal, this is a metal, and then you got the metal coming out of here, right? Different position. I want you to work on your positioning. Move all this stuff out of your way. How do you feel the most comfortable? Like that? Or do you like to get your arms down where you can? Sometimes I like to get my hand where I can roll off my hand like this. Because when you're standing like this, you're so...
So we've been at this class for a few hours now. And what do you think so far about the class?
I think it's fun. They really have you like do a lot on your own, but they're also like always there to like critique you and give you pointers to do stuff better. So it's easy once you get the hang of it. So far it's going really good.
All right, well, we'll check back with you later.
Okay, now I'm gonna help you a little, okay? So go ahead. Get your little puddle and then move and pause. Move and then pause. Move and then pause. Move and pause. Like positioning, I like to have my hand out here. Whether it's here, if it's really hot, I'll back my hand off here because you can use your hand like this.
Well, that's why I also have my other one here.
Your other hand? Oh, this one here.
Yeah.
But if it's back here, it's harder to like hold position. If you're out here, even if I used to use my finger like this, it helps me guide. I'm just saying, if you can get into the habit of using this hand as just a guide and be able to drag it, which is probably need to clean it. That way you can start getting those little dimes, you know what I mean? Okay, that was really good. What we need to do now is move across the plate back. You got that figured out, look at that. Right? You got it figured out. But you need to move a little further and come back. Move a little further and come back. Because what happens, see how hot it's still here? See how red it is still? Too hot. Now it's what causes undercut when it gets too hot. So we want to I mean, that's a great weld and it's beautiful. I like the way you did it. But you just need to move. See how my puddles are so much further apart than yours? It's because you're really big. Make it a little smaller. This weld is good for like 1/4 inch plates. You don't need that much on each end. That's all you need about right there. Okay? So just keep it uniform. Your uniform's looking really good. You got good uniform. You're not too far up here. You're not too far down here, which is good. But I think you just need to move quicker because this is only 1/8 inch and we're getting so much heat in it right now that it becomes brittle and then it'll start to crack because you'll get undercut. So just move faster across the plate as far as like, take a bigger chunk and then come back. And then take a bigger chunk, okay? Yeah, just practice on bigger chunks and come back. And then when you make a big chunk and you come back to weld in your weld, hold it there for like a second. 1/1000, then move. So none of them is like, you just keep moving and then it's like 1/1000. 1/1000. You know what I'm saying? So that way you can have something to go in your mind to keep your consistent weld looking like that. That's what you want it to look like. I'm gonna leave that right there so you can try to follow that.
The only thing I can see where you're at is, are you keeping both hands on the table, or are you kind of floating? Are you like dragging across the table?
I'm like
That's what I'm thinking. So the position's perfect. Maybe if we get you to slide a little bit more, then you won't. Now that one got real big.
yeah.
Because sometimes it's kind of, if you don't have a prop space, your body, you know, we tend to kind of move around, and then it moves the gun back and forth. But for the most part, you've got the glove with it.
And you can keep it more consistent. And then you don't have such a fat weld. You don't really need a big fat weld in an 8-inch plate. You want, that's about the size you need. Try that one. Get a little less angle. Yeah, I think you're just tacking now. Now remember, this should never change. That tip should never change from here to there. You know what changes? All of you. Every bit of you has to change for that. So when you start doing a consistent weld and your arm starts getting weird, you're gonna have to, or you're gonna have to move your body. You're gonna have to try to, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so we're here at day 2 of the WelderUp welding class, and so far you guys have been working on vertical welds and other different little angles. What have you learned with regards to those welds? Directions of welds, type, circular motions, anything like that? What have you learned?
So when you're going down, there's like 2 ways to do it. You can either just go straight down, or you can go like side to side. So I always use the side to side. So.
All right. And do you feel more confident in your welding skills now on the second day?
Yes. Yeah, very much. Very much.
Okay, because you already knew how to weld, but what advice would you give someone who is wanting to learn how to weld that you've picked up on from here?
That it's better with the 3 points of contact. It's more stable, and you can just weld easier like that.
Okay, so when you talk 3 points of contact, what are you describing? If you could show us on that tire right there.
You're holding the gun, and you're putting your hand, the other your other hand, like on that little rubber part, and you're basically guiding it like that.
Okay, so because before we had some comments that you were not having a contact on the table, and how do you feel now that you've gotten comfortable with having your arm contacting the table or a hand? How has your feel for the weld changed?
It's actually much more comfortable and just easier. It's easier to like control it and stuff.
All right. Well, we're about to go have lunch, and then when we come back, we'll hop on some stick welding. See you in a little bit.
What'll happen here, I'll actually show you what happens when you don't pull it out. You're alright. So if you just leave it on there, this rod, I don't know.
I tried to talk me into putting an LS and he wouldn't do it.
That's my dream car.
There you go.
That's their new hats, huh? And you did excellent, by the way. You were killing it.
You know who this is? The 25th. Come on. Butt up here. My 12-year-old girl that is in here welding with men and doesn't even care. Nothing intimidates her. She's in here kicking ass. This is pretty exciting right here.
Yeah.
I think your dad's been a great supporter of what you've been doing. So from when he came to my welding school, he immediately put you into welding. That's awesome. Now
Pretty much, yeah.
Nowadays, You watch your little videos, you learn how to do it. You got your YouTube channel going, you're building artwork. She's got a $1,000 job that she has to do when she gets home. That's badass. And 12. Can you imagine what she's gonna be like when she's 24 in 12 more years? You'll probably have your own company, doing your own shit. Maybe I can go to work for you. I'll be old as shit. I'll come work for you. Me and your dad. We'll be salesmen. Congratulations. Thanks for coming. Sign this one for you. Yep, in another 10 years, I'm excited to see what happens with you. You and him, these young guys, you know. I mean, us older guys, we like to play and have fun and tinker and learn it.
Teach us how to tickle better, huh?
Probably. I might have her come back teach me my MIG school one day. You know what? That might be a good idea. Have her come do the MIG school when I get old and I'm like, okay, I'm sick of this shit. You want to do it? You do it. You know? That's awesome.
Cutting in on a little bit of the money.
And then get your dad to get you a plasma cutter, will you? Plasma cutter, plasma cutter, plasma cutter. So you guys can have fun with your stuff.
Yeah.
Well, let's do a group picture.
All right, so we are back from Vegas after the WelderUp welding class. And Alexis, what can you tell us about your whole experience, the different days of welding and things that you've learned?
The first day, it was basically, for me, it was basically just going over what I learned and how to do it better with a more comfortable position, you know, and just the outcome of the welds. The first day was very easy. Everyone got it pretty quickly. Everyone was very good by the end of the day.
Okay. What are some things that you've already mentioned, but recap? What did you learn from Steve and Travis and Kash about weld techniques that you weren't quite aware of before?
Usually, I always thought that you can, like, it was just the backwards E, but depending like how it is, you can do it an up and down or just straight line. So I learned that there's more ways how to weld.
Okay. And what about day 2? What was your thoughts on day 2?
Day 2 was, we did a little bit of more MIG, and then we went into stick welding. Stick welding is hard and is very frustrating.
Okay. Do you think you'll ever use stick welding in what you do?
If I need it, but
If you need
I probably won't though, but maybe.
Okay. And then what else did you do on day 2?
Oh, we did the plasma cutter. Basically the plasma cutter, it's where you draw something out on a sheet of metal and then you get the plasma cutter and you cut something out. Here's something that I did when I was over there. I drew a spider. It came out like this and I was very happy with the results.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
What else did you draw?
I also made the hummingbird. I like this one. This is probably my favorite one, actually.
Oh, that's very nice. And since you got back, what did you get?
We got a plasma cutter.
All right, we got a plasma cutter. So now we can start working on some more artwork like that. And on day 3, what's your recap of day 3?
Day 3 was a free-for-all. You could do whatever you want. There was a guy there who knew how to do TIG welding, so I did a little bit of that. But then, really, I just wanted to do the plasma cutter. I really like the plasma cutter.
All right. So would you recommend this class for other people that don't know how to weld or have a little bit of experience?
Yes, because you come in knowing nothing at all to knowing at least what you're doing.
So you feel more confident?
I feel way more confident than before the class than after the class.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed is that you're more willing to get your project started without someone else having to hold things for you. I think you'll be good in the future. What are your goals futuristically with your welding?
I want this to be like my career. I want this to be something a job that I love and will be doing it for like the rest of my life, hopefully.
And what kind of welding do you think you would be doing in the future? Structural, automotive, artwork?
One thing I don't seem interested in doing so much is cars. Like, that's something I might do, but not really, because I want to do I'm not sure what they're called, but like when you walk around and you see like these big statues and they're like super pretty and they're welded together. I want to do that sort of stuff.
Okay, so metal artwork that you would see at hotels and malls and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good goal. Can you show us something that you've been working on since you got back?
So I talked to my school principal and I was wondering if I could make 100 roses for Valentine's Day. And so ever since we got back, we've been working on roses, on our flowers. And I think we have like 27 of them done, but I'm not sure.
All right, well, sounds like it's time we get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Any final words that you can pass on? Maybe a thank you to Steve and Travis and Kash and anything like that?
I want to say thank you to Steve. He really helped me a lot. Same with Travis. He really helped us understand the motion, and same with Steve. But they really explain on how to weld. Like, they explain.
All right. Anyone else you want to say thank you to?
Kash.
All right. And what about the dogs?
The dogs there, they were fun.
Yeah. They made it more fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're about done with this. That's our recap of the 3-day WelderUp class at WelderUp Vegas. And if you like this video, what do?
You like, share, and subscribe. I'm Alexis The Welder. See you next time.